What is going on, guys? The Real KJ3 here, back with another video, and this week I have a Dell Latitude C610 laptop from 2003. I got this off eBay for $50 with the charger, and all it needed was a CMOS battery replacement. But being I already had a new battery laying around, I decided to do it off camera, so I can just jump right into the good stuff and see what it can handle as far as gaming of its era. But first I'm going to go over the I/O on the sides. First off, we have the speaker, and then next to it we have the hard drive bay. And then here we have PCI card slots, which thankfully still have the inserts inside of them. Flipping to the back, we have the charging port, VGA out, one USB 2.0 port, PS2 keyboard and mouse, exhaust fan, a port I'm not very too familiar with, a printer port, and then a serial port. And then onto the other side, we have our exhaust fan, S-video out, Ethernet, and telephone, and microphone input and headphone output. We also have an infrared sensor and the other speaker. Opening up the laptop, pressing the button, it reveals the 14-inch LCD True Color monitor, along with the full trackpad, 4 buttons, and full keyboard. Wipe off some of the dust here. Underneath the screen, you have LED indicators along with the power button and Dell recovery button for the BIOS and for the OS as well. Before I travel too far ahead, I do want to close the laptop and show you guys the undercarriage of such, and show you just how crafty Dell was with these laptops, even back then. Removing this screw here provides access to take out the hard drive and replace it, which was very handy in case of the event of hard drive failure. On the front of the laptop, you can see it has hot swappable battery and CD drives that you can replace with a floppy disk drive depending on what you needed, and these accessories were sold separately when the C610 was still on the market. Pulling back the release button frees the battery and the CD drive. The great thing about these is that these were plug and play. You didn't need any additional cables at all. And then when you wanted to insert it, you just slid it in and it auto-locked itself and it was ready to go. Same to go with the battery, just pull back the release mechanism, and not very many people knew this trick, but this button on the top actually lights up that battery gauge there to see if it had any charge, but being this one hasn't been charged in quite some time, it's not going to work. But just like the CD-ROM drive, just push it in, and it's good to go. Removing these 3 screws on this back plate reveals the memory modules and the Wi-Fi modules, which was also sold separately. I actually bought the Wi-Fi card separately and pre-installed it, and it put up quite a fight with the drivers, but I was able to make it work. The cool thing about this laptop is that it has 2 slots for memory. In this one I've only regulated 1 because I wanted to keep that stock to see how well it gamed on stock settings. Firing up the laptop, we get a never stale Windows XP Home Edition boot up, which actually isn't all too long, being this is a 2.5-inch IDE hard drive on 128 megs of RAM and a 1 GHz Pentium 4 CPU. Not a bad combination for home use laptop in 2003. Ah, that never gets old. So starting off, I wanted to take a look at my Wi-Fi and internet settings, being I haven't really overlooked them since I installed the card. And it's pretty cool to see that this old laptop isn't having a problem connecting to my home network, running at a speed of 154 megabits per second, which isn't bad, but I mean, you kind of have to take what you can get. I'm happy to see Windows didn't override any of the drivers, and it kept the 2915 ABG drivers, which put up a fight installing, but I guess it worked out in the end. I do wonder if there are any websites that are actually able to work on Internet Explorer. Let's do some exploring real fast and see if there are any websites aside from Google that might be able to be loaded on this really old version of Internet Explorer. Let's see if I can load just my YouTube page. Well, we got the search results. Let's see if the actual page loads. Ah, darn. Oh well, kind of expected. But we're not here to browse the internet, we are here to play video games. So let's go ahead and jump into that. The first game I have pre-installed is the original BeamNG drive, and that's 4x4 Evolution. I have a lot of fun memories playing this game on a demo on my first XP machine back in 2003, but let's see if the Latitude can handle all of its 3D action. Got the resolution at 1024 by 760 with a color depth of 32 and direct 3D 7. Gonna use the Microsoft Corporation drivers because it's just easier to install. And it's good to see that DirectX 7 is reporting 12 megabytes of memory on the video card and 55 megs on the AGP system memory. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK and run 4x4 Evo. I'm glad to see the speakers and sound drivers are working because, man, these bump for a laptop of this age. Usually they're crackly and just don't sound good, but I'm glad to see that it's working. And the 3D demo that is playing right now looks to be running rather smooth. Looks like a good 30 to 40 frames per second, but we'll see how the actual gameplay does because it might do better or it might do worse. Since this game doesn't have the regular Dodge Ram, I gotta go with the Dodge Dakota. And surprisingly, it's actually running extremely smooth. I'm a little surprised at this because there's, honestly, on its regular settings, there's still a lot going on as far as draw distance and all of the objects on the screen. I might have to adjust the resolution a little bit, but even then, it might even enhance the performance even more if it really can make a difference. If I remember how to drive on this game, that would be great, but since I'm recording, it just seems that I can't remember how to drive on this game like I actually knew what I was doing. Gonna change the view up a little bit, and each one seems to be doing great. I'm honestly a little surprised that even on stock hardware and everything with no acceleration other than DirectX, it's handling just fine, even from far and close distances. I tell you what though, it is hard just to test this game and not do a bunch of laps because, man, this is so much nostalgia for me, and I'm happy to see that it's working on this laptop. But enough playing around, let's end this game and go to the next one. Up next, we're going to try Lego Island 2, The Brickster's Revenge. I know I have DirectX 7 installed, so I might as well install DirectX 8 to make sure this runs properly. Alright, that was painless. So let's go ahead and install the actual game. Alright, so let's go ahead and launch the game. Ah, again, absolute nostalgia. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over the intro here and jump right into the game.
Sir, I'm on it.
Wow, not only does it look great as far as texture-wise on high setting, it's running flawlessly. No texture errors, it's running smooth, it's not buggy, the sound is working great. Man, this is a win. 2 wins in a row? Man, this is crazy. I'm gonna see if I can go for a third win here and try another Lego game that I tried on the Toshiba, and that's actually the original Lego Racers. Last time we had a bunch of texture problems and it just crashed on the first race, so let's see if that happens now. This is looking a little choppy, but it is just the cutscene, so I won't jump to conclusions here. I'm gonna skip over the intro here. Oh, geez, I thought we crashed. Oh, wow. Full screen, smooth, no blocks. Man, running smooth, looking great. Let's look at the video options here. I might need to ask an older person for help. Okay, it's got the primary display driver that it's using. Back to the main menu here. Let's just do a time race here. I don't want to jump into a full race because I'm just going to get sucked in. No, I'll go with Turbocharger. Although I like Scooter more, I like Turbocharger. He doesn't get enough love. Ah, nostalgia overload. Man, this is great. and running smooth as well. Not blocky. Been quite some time since I played it on PC, so forgive me, I don't remember all the controls. Man, even with everything on the screen, it's running fast and smooth. I didn't even hear the exhaust fans picking up inside. Like, this is actually working out very, very well in all ways considered. Alright, as much fun as I'm having, there's one more game that always has to be tested on any Windows XP machine, and it is the most graphically demanding, most memory-consuming Windows XP game you could ever imagine. Yup, I'm talking about Space Cadet Pinball. Wow. The graphics of the PS5 and the Xbox One can't even hold a candle to the graphics of Space Cadet Pinball. This was just so ahead of its time. It looks like it's running at a solid 5 to 10 frames a second. I really feel the CPU starting to overheat and the laptop really start to bog down. I don't think this game can run that fast on this. Looks like this laptop just can't do it. Okay, obviously I'm kidding. It's running just fine. And while I'm here, I think I'll jump into Windows Movie Maker and make an intro for this video. This is a video on the Dell Latitude. Beautiful, just how I remember it. I'm gonna change up the style here. See if I want it like that. It's a little on the long side. Let's change that up. Of course, we gotta add one of the sample music files into the video. Alright, let's see our masterpiece. Top of the line. Man, I tell you what, as much fun as I'm having going down memory lane with this, I think that will wrap up this video. So let's go ahead and shut her down and call it good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel where I have more videos like this. And be sure to check out the Instagram at therealkj3.exe, where you can get behind the scenes pictures and videos and other video games and computers and electronic content. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.